Okay, so you guys have all seen my first reading buddy. Well, she's technically my second because this one's my first. Rufus loves books. He loves sleeping on them. He loves eating them. He loves cuddling when I'm reading them. But yes, he's the other book lover in the family. And he just wanted to say hello before I got into today's video. Hey Bookish Besties and welcome back. But if you're new here, welcome. I'm Leash and you're reading with me. Today is a very exciting video. I have so many books to go over. I'm going to go and show you everything that's on my Kindle Unlimited library, as well as books that I am unhauling and other books that I'm going to download and haul today. If you're interested in what's available on Kindle Unlimited, or you're after recommendations of books to read, this is the video for you. So I'm going to start off today's video with what I'm actually currently reading on my Kindle, which is The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. Now, she was recommended to me by so many people on Bookstagram and on BookTube, and I'd never actually read one of her books until this title. And I've got about 20 minutes left in the book, which is probably about 50 pages, maybe less. And I can say that it is an absolute nail biter. I've read another book quite similar to this, Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris, which is another Kindle Unlimited author as well. So that's my current read, so that's not going anywhere. That's staying exactly where it is. And then we'll get into the next set of books on my Kindle Unlimited library. Just a little Kindle Unlimited library hack. I use the phone app because it looks better on the phone app. I could look at them on my Kindle, but it's just not a good time when it's in black and white. It's a good time when it's in color. Let me know if you agree. The next lot of titles is what I have currently in my library, which I am looking at returning. So I'm going to go over the titles and why I'm returning them, but the majority of these titles I just haven't gotten into, and I'll speak a little to why they ended up on my library. So let's get into the books that I'm returning on Kindle Unlimited. So the very first book that I have on Kindle Unlimited that I'm returning is The Lies I Told by Mary Burt. Now, I downloaded this probably in October of last year when I was in my thriller era and reading a lot of thrillers. However, I didn't quite make this one. It also is an Audible book. However, I believe it's still on Kindle Unlimited and it's not really speaking to me now that I've found Freida McFadden and all the other authors on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm just going to return it for now, and when I'm feeling it, I will get into it. This one's controversial. I'm returning Mile High by Liz Tomford. The reason I'm returning this one is because it just doesn't really appeal to me, and I have downloaded a few of the hockey romances in the hopes that I would get into hockey romance. I've even done a post over on my Instagram about ice hockey romance, and it just still hasn't called me. I wanted to read this for the representation in the book, and I was just really excited because I love travel and I thought it would be all things that I'd be interested in. I don't know if it's the cover, I don't know if it's me, I don't know what it is, but it's time to go. Like, you've been sitting there and I haven't picked you up, so see you later. This one actually pains me a little bit to be unhauling because I really, really, really want to read it. But it's just not the right time for me, and I'm just struggling with the idea of picking up a book that is 600 pages long, which is Sweet Dandelion by Michaela Smeltzer. I'm so sorry, and I love all of your books so much. I've even done a post on you on my Instagram all about the books that are available on Kindle Unlimited, but it's just something that's daunting me about a 600-page book that I really want to read, but I just want to read a lot of books. And when I read a 600-page book, it kind of gets me into a slump, so I'm withdrawing from this one, and I'm just going to return you. And if you come to my heart later on, I will re-download you to my library. Next up, we have The Patient's Secret by Laureth N. White. Also another book that I downloaded around the same time as The Lies I Told. So I don't know, I just didn't get into it, but I dare say that that would be a good one. I read the synopsis, and I believe at the time it sounded very much like The Silent Patient, and I really enjoyed that book, so that's why I downloaded it. But you know, sometimes you can have too much of a good thing. And so it's enough to have just one. That's why I'm not reading it. Another one. I'm looking at these books and I don't want to let them go. I don't know if anyone's had this problem before, but I'm struggling. Kismet by Amina Ankatha. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. But I love any setting in Hollywood or Los Angeles. It's one of my favorite places. I've had a lot of magical experiences in LA. So anytime there's a book with a setting or scene of LA, I'm just like, I'm into it. I want to read it so badly. I don't know, I think the cover on this or the fact that nobody's talking about it is just one of the reasons why I've never gotten around to reading it. So yeah, it's time to go. It just gets harder and harder every time. So the next title I'm unhauling is Grace Under Pressure by Tori Hashka. Not quite sure how to say her last name, but she's an Australian author and she comes highly recommended by a lot of my friends on Bookstagram. I'm pretty sure Nana is one of them. She said, read it, and I still haven't. And I've said, I'm taking this as my sign, and I still haven't read it. So it's just time to go until I'm ready. I think that's the way to go. Next up, I'm returning The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. So this one was recommended by Larry Reads on YouTube, and I went straight in and downloaded it when she recommended it. However, recently I read Mine Would Be You, and she recommended it at the same time as this book. And I think this book came less recommended than When You Were Mine. Mine Would Be You, whatever. And I didn't like that book. And she said nothing happens in the mixtape. So I don't know. Together, these two books just seem like the same thing because I downloaded them at the same time. I just don't think that I want to read another book like that. So I'm returning it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, don't hate me, Tia. But I'm returning Praise by Sarah Kate. And I have to say the only reason I'm returning it is because of the cover. It's just the cover. I know if it just had a different cover, I'd probably read it, but I'm one of those people. This one's very controversial because I've seen it on so many reviews and wrap-ups and I really love the author, but I'm returning Love Light Farms because it's no longer Christmas and I didn't complete it. I think I got 43% of the way through and I was just done with their relationship. I was over the inability for them to communicate about how they felt about each other. It wasn't for me. And it probably got better. I think I got to the part where there was romance involved and they were just sleeping together and I was just like, you know what? Too little too late. I've read a lot of this book and I'm not interested. Next. Oh, that's all of the books that I'm returning on Kindle Unlimited. Let me know in the comments down below if any of these books I should keep and should give another chance. However, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's just been too long, you know? Sometimes you just need to freshen things up. Okay, so the next books that I'm getting into are my current downloads that I am keeping. So that's everything in my library that I'm choosing to read eventually and it's making the cut. So I'm going to start off with something that I've only just recently downloaded, Summertime by Willow Astor. And this one is set in LA. So hello, LA setting. I think it's involving an age gap romance, forbidden love, director, personal assistant vibes. I'm just like, I'm digging this. I just got to get to it. I have heard that it's a little bit slow to get started, but it is a good read. So hopefully I'll get to it. Then I have His and Hers by Alice Feeney. She's a very popular thriller writer and I haven't yet read anything by her. This title is available on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm going to give it a shot. Here in Australia, we don't have Rock, Paper, Scissors on Kindle Unlimited, so I have to just deal with the titles that she has made available to us down under. So His and Hers is the highest rated of the books she has available on Kindle Unlimited. My sister has also read this for me on my second Kindle and she liked it, so hopefully I will too. Ooh, okay, so next up we have An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak by Jennifer Hartman. This one came recommended by so many of my Bookster friends. We have Ree, we have Sarah, I'm sure there's more, but I love them to death and they have good recommendations and they read a lot of books. So they give it their tick of approval, so I need to get to it. And that's a book that I'm planning on reading with Julia if we ever get to it. We have so many on our TBR right now, it's not funny. Another book that's come highly recommended by Sarah, and also I just love this author. Every other book that I've read by her is like chef's kiss. That is Rootbound by Tara Jewett, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet. One of the first books that I ever read by her was Funny Feelings, and it was a like all-time 5-star top read, loved it. So this one, obviously, I need to get and read sometime this year. It's not leaving that list. Next up, we have another Frida McFadden book. It's Never Lie. I've actually downloaded this for my sister to read because she loved Housemaid so much. And so hopefully she's reading that and then she'll give me the tick of approval and then I'll read it and then all will be well. So we'll let you know how it goes. Next up, I have a memoir. So this is a nonfiction. Hello, nonfiction. Listen up. I've downloaded Unbearable Lightness. It is a book by Portia de Rossi on her life. It was something that I wanted to read like years and years ago, and I was doing a post on memoirs for my Instagram and I noticed that her book was available on Kindle Unlimited and I was like, I wanted to read that and I never read it. And given everything and the popularity with I'm Glad My Mum Died, I'm really interested in reading another perspective of an industry that's so similar, but modeling and eating disorders associated with people's lives. I think we all have some sort of suffering, trauma, and it's just when you feel like you're not alone when you read something like that. I don't know. For me, I'm just interested. I really liked I'm Glad My Mum Died and I'm keen to hear Portia's story. And finally, for the books that I'm keeping, I have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I'm keeping this one because she's taken off Kindle Unlimited. And although I haven't gotten around to it, I'm not in my ice hockey era, I need to get into it and I can't return it because if I do, I won't be able to read it for free. So that's a no-brainer. I'm keeping it until I read it, whenever that happens. So there's about 8 books there that I have not read yet, and I'm soon to finish Housemaid. So that will be 12 titles that I now need to go and download. So I've gone and I've done the research and I've looked up all the books on Kindle Unlimited that I've recently recommended on my Instagram account or spoken about or have had hyped up to me. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to download these titles today. There's 12 more to come. Stick around. This is like the biggest book video I've ever done, I think. And they're all available to you right now on Kindle Unlimited. If you haven't got that free trial, get it, girl. Get it. 1 month free, 2 months free, or 3 months free, depending on when you do it. Totally worth it. Now's your time to update your TBR. And having said that, before I get into my books that I'm hauling on Kindle Unlimited, if you're liking this content, if you're enjoying it, if you're into Kindle Unlimited, or if you're looking just at book recs in general, please subscribe because I plan to do more videos on Kindle Unlimited with recommendations and tropes and just lots of book recs. So stick around if that's what you're interested in. So without further ado, let's get into the books that I'm going to be borrowing for Kindle Unlimited. So these are the books that I'm hauling and downloading today. I'm starting out with an author that I've recently read, like literally this month. Her name is Hannah Bonham Young, and I read her novel, her debut novel, Next of Kin, which is a foster guardian's romance. And when I say that this book was totally unexpected, I mean, it was totally unexpected. Like, wow, I was not expecting to love it so much. I loved it so much that I reached out to the author on Instagram. I was like, I don't reach out to authors, but I really loved your book. Please tell me you have more coming. And she's already released Next to You. I know it's got to do with 2 of the characters from the original novel. So I'm really looking forward to reading more about their romance. At first, I didn't want to pick up the book because of the cover, but then Annabelle Reads, which is one of my favorite Instagrammers, Alice, had recommended that I pick it up, and it was less than 300 pages. So it was just, it had to be read, and I read it and I loved it. So especially being a mum and babies, I felt like, anyway, stay tuned for that wrap up for February readings. Let's keep going with the books. Okay, so this one's like obvious, right? Jasper Val by Devney Perry. Now, I loved Juniper, and everybody loves her. Basically any book that Devney Perry writes, you just have to read it. But this one is on the sister. I can't remember her name. It's on her romance story, and it's new out if I haven't said that already. And so I have to read it. I have to download it. I know it'll always be there, but it's a reminder that I have to look at it every day. So I need to read it, right? Right? Logic. All right, so the next book is totally like left of field for me, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Now this one, I think it was Gina Reads on Instagram who did a review, and I was like, okay, I need it now. Like, I'd already recommended the book, but I hadn't actually thought about downloading it myself. And those of you who know, you know that Julia loves her fantasy, and I'm just getting into my fantasy era. Like, I'm reading ACOTAR at the moment, which is very slow, by the way, for me. And so I just need to read more fantasy. I've finished The Cruel Prince 1 and 2. I need to read 3, but that's not on Kindle Unlimited. So I've got to keep moving on the fantasy books. And this one is going to be a buddy read. So I'm super excited to download this before it goes away, because you never know with Kindle Unlimited. 1 second they're there, the next second they're not. So download it. Maximize on your 20 titles. So the next book is actually recommended by a YouTuber that I'm recently following, which is Nikki's Book Nook, and she once lived in Adelaide, so hello, we totally connected over that. And she's an amazing booktuber and I love her, and she's recommended this over and over again, and that is Ruled Out by Morgan Page. I love me an age gap romance. I'm so excited to read this, like, just saying, gotta read it soon. Next, we have a book that was recommended by Tashi's Corner, my in real life bookish bestie. She's currently binging the series. There's 4 books. The first book is Parallel by Ella Rock. I'm super excited. It is a time travel. If the book title didn't give it away, or the book cover didn't give it away. Time travel, it's fantasy, it's romance. I'm here for that. So I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and get involved as soon as I can. Ooh, next up we have The Last Mrs. Parrish, which I'm so close to downloading because me and my sister both read Kindle Unlimited on my account. I have 2 Kindles, okay, it's okay. And so I want her to read this so that I get her perspective. She's a massive thriller reader and she pretty much vets all the books that I read for thriller. So hopefully she enjoys it and that we can both read it together. Oh, the next is a recommendation from Petra PSM Reads, and that is When the Stars Fall by Emery Rose. And that is a military romance. It's not one that I've ever read before. Apparently it's heartbreaking and I just need to read it ASAP. ASAP for me, I don't know when it will be, but I really want to read it. I like the alternative cover more, but this is the one that you'll see on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, the next up is a re-download. So I downloaded this once and then I returned it again, but since recently doing a post on the top 100 romance reads of Goodreads readers, this book popped up again, and so I just need to download it. So I'm reminded that I need to read it by a thread by Lucy Score. I love her writing, so I just need to read this one. It's workplace romance, enemies to lovers. I mean, can you get any better tropes on there? I don't know. That's just, gotta read it, right? Ooh, okay, so the next one I purely downloaded because it was Archer's Voice vibes. I did a blind date with a book post on this on my Instagram, and that is Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. I just have to read it. Archer's Voice vibes. I don't need to say anymore. Okay, the next one is a highly recommended book by multiple booktubers, and that is The Infinity Between Us by N.S. Perkins. And it's summer still here. Obviously, I'm like sweating it up as I am under these stage lights, and it's really hot here today. So it's a summer read. I need to read it. I've recommended it for summer reading on my Instagram. I just need to get it done. I just need to read it, okay? Just tell me I need to read it. Another book that I said in my 12 to read in 23 on Kindle Unlimited was Letters to Molly by Devney Perry. This one was one of Larry Reed's top books for Devney Perry, so I just need to read it because I love her. And this one sounds good. I'm pretty sure it's Single Dad Trope and that's my fave, so I'm gonna read it. Then another book that I recommend quite a lot, Single Dad Trope yet again, is In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. Everyone thinks it's cranberry, but it's Canterbury, and I'm probably saying it wrong too, so whatever. The only thing that stopped me from reading this so far is the page numbers. And if you know me, you know me, I like reading between 300 and 400 for my romances. Any longer than that, and I'm kind of like turned off. So I don't know, I know I need to read it, okay guys, I know. This one's a bit of a wild card. I'm not sure. It's a small, short read, but it's also from a bookstagrammer. It's one of her books, and another bookstagrammer recommended it to me. So Michael recommended Bonnie Kent's book, which is so damn sketchy. It's a short read, so I'll probably read it really quickly, but I can't remember everything about it, but I remember reading the synopsis and going, this sounds good. So I'm really keen to read this. This one came up in my Australian authors post. So those are all the books. And if you're still here and you've stuck around to the end, thank you. consider liking this video and subscribing, and let me know down in the comments below which books that I should add to my Kindle Unlimited TBR that I didn't mention in this video. I hope you enjoyed my book unhaul, book haul, and sharing my Kindle Unlimited library with you. I will see you in the next video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go over every book I've ever read on Kindle Unlimited. If that's something you're interested in, subscribe.